Radiant team pick.
Monkey King into bat. Now Monkey King is wait, it's no longer 100% win rate for Paravision since yesterday, but it is played by both Noah and Crystal, and both are exceptionally good at it.
I remember for C9 at TI, no one was picking Monkey King at this point, and they did not have much flex potential, and he would just take it into pretty much all the... has really powered up this ability to draft Monkey early, because this is like a nightmarish mid to come out for most mid players.
Yeah.
So this is, if you're Team Spirit, you're really thinking, okay, Malik, enjoy your off-lane Pango, which means Paravision could also move the Monkey to the Pango's lane, or they can get a carry that's even better for the game.
Even Batrider looks good here to me. It's going to be their initiator jump that they can layer with Monkey King stun, since Monkey's unknowingly always in the right area. You can also drag somebody deeper into the Nether Ward range too, to almost ensure that they're committed to taking that damage when they fight.
Yeah,
and then lasso into Monkey ulti too.
Yeah.
Like, I think both teams are very happy with what they're getting. Like, Monkey King is by far my most feared hero if I had to play against Paravision. And it's good against Morph and also Pango when it comes to the laning state. The very end to then decide if your Pango's going mid or off lane. Because Paravision have to show, like, they have to show their hands first because they're first pick.
Enchantress.
I think it's going to be Beastmaster.
တင်စပရစ်ကတော့ဒါစိတ်တန်းနဲ့ကတော့ဒါနှစ်ပါးတော့သွားနေတယ်နေထားတော့ဘယ်လိုလာမလဲတော့မသိသေးဘူးအခုတော့တော့မစိုးပါဘူးပြောရမယ်
summons guy for DM. They need some cheese right now.
Okay, not Lycan. There aren't that many summons you can play into Eng that nicely.
5 seconds remaining.
What happened to heroes like Underlord? Like, Underlord used to be pretty good against Morph, but no one is really playing it.
That's a wonderful suggestion.
I guess Aura's got nerfed just enough.
Yeah, maybe.
That it felt less good or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I do think here it could work. I mean, they could also go for like the Batrider Darkseer and just try to counter the Morph by stealing an illusion of him.
Getting a Morph at home. And they'll go for their mid first.
I mean, they've been picking Earth Spirit a lot lately. For good reason. No one's Earth Spirit is excellent. He looks great. Good at laning. He's ganking side lanes. It's like if a carry's a little too pushed up in some lane, he will TP that lane and kill the carry and then walk back mid.
Yeah.
And he's itemizing very well too. A lot of spell amp and increasing his damage. You made all three already? Oh my god.
I have. They're very good.
He is hungry. I keep forgetting that if you're first pick, that usually people will pick the mid here and then like cover it with the bans rather than like last picking their mid. I think it makes sense too. I mean, Earth Spirit will generally do fine against anything, barring like a Huskar or a Monkey King, which they already have.
I feel like you put the Pango mid now, right? Just against the Earth Spirit. I mean, you don't crush an Earth Spirit, you both farm, but you can both like answer each other's movements. And you have the choice, if you can make it happen, to counterpick the safe lane Monkey King.
I agree. Really enjoying these marshmallows.
Yeah, me too.
A nice vanilla flavor to them.
Nice.
But I wish they were roasted.
So for Malik, there's not. I mean, Enigma is
banned, I think.
Oh,
No?
first
Oh,
banned.
yeah.
I mean, Beast would have been decent as well, but it's also banned. A lot of his heroes are actually countered by Monkey King.
Isn't he sure? Isn't Malik going to be the one playing Pango, or you don't want to put Pango on the offlane if there's an Earth Spirit, you want to put it mid instead?
Yeah, I would prefer to dodge the Pango from the Monkey, because at least this way, like, you can get another counter matchup. Unless you feel like you have some 100-0 mid matchup against the Earth Spirit, which... I mean, unless you play Huskar, I don't think there are any.
Yeah, it's Huskar.
Visage will be the final ban coming out for Spirit.
That would have been good.
One more ban coming out for Paravision, so they ban out the Beastmaster already.
10 seconds remaining.
You know what? Offlaner still in the pool that makes illusions.
5 seconds.
Terribly.
Yay!
Let's go.
Broodmother.
And Broodmother makes little babies.
Broodmother Dazzle. would be what's left for DM as options. So the PRC's played already, at least.
The Huskar was a good ban, just in case.
Yeah, better save this one.
Yeah, I like Brood and Dazzle as well.
Radiant team pick.
Oh, a Tide Hunter.
Oh, yeah, this was actually played a little bit at the start of the group stage. People were picking Tide against Morphling, but only against Morph, basically.
Why against Morph?
So Anchor Smash reduces a percentage base of damage, so when you hit Morphling with it, who has high percentage base, it actually makes their laning not that bad. He doesn't necessarily out-damage you, so you can stabilize fine there. I mean, it makes their team... It's not like the best offlaner, but it should be fine here. And then he can buy whatever aura items he needs. If it could be a pipe, he could buy Vlad's for his team.
Any Viper? Maybe Viper? Maybe it makes your draft weird, but... Okay, so they'll just go...
Let's pick a Storm Spirit to live, no?
I mean, Storm can answer some of these heroes. I mean, it's very good against the... I mean, is it that good even? I feel like Storm used to be incredibly good against Pugna, but nowadays I feel like it might just be the other way around, because he pops Nether Ward and it's super hard to kill him.
Yeah. I mean, I will say there's very little lockdown on Paravision for Storm.
Yeah.
Like when Monkey King stun or like a Blink Lasso. The best thing is probably the Earth Spirit Silence. But even that, like, all of these things are fairly projected, so I think a good Storm like Laurel can definitely run away with this game, which is why they last picked it. And it's good damage. They needed the damage.
Yeah, it's like a lot of committal stuns. Like, you have to pop Ravage into Lasso and stuff, which means other people aren't dying, so... Yeah, a little bit hard to kill him, but they could itemize against him maybe somewhere.
Is the overall last pick Storm, but should then do well in the mid lane and with the lack of lockdown on the side of Paravision, is it good enough to put your Pango up against the Monkey King, which we said we didn't want?
I mean,
I would say no. I actually prefer Paravision's draft. I think Monkey Tide is like really good in team fights together. You can like Ravage into ring, you have Bad to pull people in.
Back in, yeah, and kick people back in as well.
Yeah, like Monkey has a good matchup into Morph 101 as well. I think Spirit have impressed me a lot with their gameplay, so maybe they can let that shine. But in terms of strategy-wise, I think Paravision should be incredibly happy with this game.
But on the other side, even though Monkey is going to be doing better than Pango, Pango is one of the offlaners that's very solid at playing from behind by a little bit. Because you just need to hit 6, and then you can go somewhere and get a gank, or you can react to a dive that's somewhere happening, show up, do a Rolling Thunder, and have a good impact.
I do think the Lion turns that matchup a little bit too, where you're not going to get 4 Jingu stacks on Pango unless Lion has left for like a rune or stacking or something like that, or basically if they screw up. So yeah, I think Spirit has options, but I think Paravision's draft is way easier to execute.
Oh, let's find out what's gonna happen. Game 1 of this best of 3 coming your way with only picks 1 frog via the PogChamp Pandas.
I love this part.
Prepare for battle.
Beep beep. Potato. Stone spray, the lie stone spray neta. No way. No way about it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Time to get stuck into the action into the second series of the day. It's going to be a beautiful one, that's for sure, here between Spirit and Paravision. We're going to see what goes on in terms of the wins, right? Well, Spirit, they've been winning everything so far, Pogged. Are they going to get tripped up today by Paravision?
The question really is a first pick Satanic Morphling going to be able to do it? They've had so many picks to be able to prepare for it. A Paravision draft, it looks strong. Tidehunter, a hero that's not picked too often, but versus Morph used to be a traditional. With Poshka, the heals, is it enough?
He's going to get a first blood themselves, so they turn towards 9 class.
He's going to live.
He's going to live.
Oh,
Surely someone's not going to live. Maybe try for DM.
Body blocks.
Alec. Full crash.
A DM. He lives too.
No, nobody's dying.
Nobody died with Poshka.
Not gonna die.
Yeah.
No, get him out. Finally, Chris.
Satanic. They still give you another kill.
You can definitely still mess with him with the 3 of them here. He's going to opt to TP over to the tower.
All right, an interesting start to it all. 9 wand charges on the Morphling to start the lane. I don't think I've ever seen someone start with 9 wand charges. That's very fun. Poshka. He'll be fine.
He'll back up.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Just gonna take that harassment. That means Satanic's gonna be able to get a couple free CS. Okay, So, the Tidehunter pick versus the Morphling, we used to see this quite a bit because you can play in the face of the Morph, you get the Anchor Smash in the later stages. It can be effective, and overall I think they wanted to have this huge team fight on the side of Paravision. They love to have this in their drafts, where they just have huge wombo combo. It is absolutely there. Earth Spirit, Tide, Monkey King, and then they have ways to drag them back into those spells that the panel was talking about. So very interesting, and Spirit, they've gone for a bit of a different approach where they open with 2 of their cores right off the bat. And they do give Crystallis one of his best heroes, and it's the Pango lane versus that Monkey. So we'll see how Malik in particular ends up doing up there, because that feels like a tough one.
Yeah, this mid, what do you make of this here? You know, these 2 top mid players bringing in the classics, the sort of spirits that we're seeing all the time. Versus Earth here.
The thing is, things got weird though, because both heroes have 0 mana when they get to the lane, because they use like 5 static remnants and 4 kicks in bottom. So
is he gonna live?
He will. Cost is pretty low.
This is a really fun start to everything here. So Satanic overall in this lane, he should still be able to farm very nice as that Morphling, even though the Tide is going to be able to get stuff because he's very tanky and he's got this Anchor Smash versus him. This isn't a lane where Satanic should die, unless you literally just feed.
Because you just constantly have loads of 1 charges, right?
Yeah, from both of them, right? I don't know if 9 class will actually go for sticky or not, but this is not a lane where he should get taken out. So other things about itemization that they can go for is the Tidehunter can even go for Shard in this game. I know they're talking about how maybe there could be some disables that are not the best to catch maybe this Morph and Storm in some occasions. The Shard is very good versus Morph. Morph can kill it. He's one of the ones that, of course, has that fast attack speed to bring it down, but at some points, they can't trip him out.
CS. Pretty even, I mean...
Ooh, but look at 9 class, he's actually potentially going to go for a kill here on Laurel.
Yeah, no one with the body blocks. And Laurel, he's going to need some TP backup to come in, but even if that's there, getting him out might be difficult. As indeed, Laurel will go down. Nothing to be done by the Poshka to try and help him out. Can't save him.
They get the courier on the retreat there, but 9 class, he's able to secure the double rune potentially also for the Spirit. So not only getting the kill, but no one's going to be able to roll bottom and get that water rune. So a very heads-up play coming out from 9 class, because he knows his Tidehunter is not going to die, right? Tide is in a fine position. He can leave him alone in a lot of the different situations here. Very heads-up move, and no one the one to call for it. He's like, oh, look how low Laurel is. He walked on the river. These lanes, overall, I would say Paravision should have a good advantage coming out of them. Even though Satanic is going to have free farm, they should have an advantage in the mid lane off of that kill, and an advantage in top because it's that Monkey King versus the tank.
Top is definitely going to get harder and harder for Malik to step up into.
That's been interesting to see that Rue actually skills mana drain. Just that he puts the point in immediately, because you usually want to have the double disables when you're playing versus Monkey King if you're playing this melee hero. Interesting to point that out, small things. I mean, this top lane this is probably one of the hardest ones, it feels like, actually to play versus in this current meta. If you are playing one of these melees that struggles versus Monkey King, Pugna 2 just dominates most of these lanes. So Rue, he's going to try his best just to attempt to secure some of Malik's CS here, but it's going to be a slow start for the Pango.
I mean, what's the plan? Can you start pulling away? Dragging it around?
Lion, not really the best one to do so is the problem. Maybe they'll have Malik do it once he gets boots, but yeah, it's going to be a sacked lane for them up top. And if Rue ever leaves this lane, that's where Malik can just quickly get brought down. So Rue, I feel like he actually has to stay up here. He'll get a side pull, so we'll reset the lane positioning to help Malik a bit. It's going to be a hot start for those.
Yeah, and I guess the question is overall if you feel that Team Spirit will be able to kind of keep the game going 4 versus 5 whilst Satanic's in that period where as the Morph, he's not going to want to get involved, at least until he gets kind of that second item done. How hard is that going to be for Spirit to hold the game open as 4 versus 5?
It does feel quite difficult. King or Spirit, these two heroes, we've seen what they can do in the early game. They're probably 2 of the strongest in the first 10 to 15 minutes in terms of how much they can move around the map just naturally. With their Panic, you know, he's had these very explosive Morphling games, but this is one of those where they opened up with it. It would be quite a statement if they're able to actually win it when he does just open with that first pick. So
overall, when you do look at Paravision's lineup, you say to yourself, yeah, this is not a bad way to go when it comes to drafting against a team that's done a first pick morph.
No, sure, you can look and there'll be a gap. They'll be on a timer eventually. I'm sure they don't want to take this to like the 60-minute mark, but they're going to be the ones dictating pace.
They're fine at pre-level 6. Keep the magnetize going. They will be able to stop the roll forward.
Too much damage.
But it won't save Lal indeed. The magnetize continues. They're able to punish the pre-6. Aim to be set up top. They get the chance to punish Malik. Already, of course, having a rough lane.
The second release.
Now they kill him.
Yep. As soon as the line makes a move, you can tell that there's going to be that type of move from Paravision, and they're going to double secure the runes as well. Pushka actually takes it away, standing toe-to-toe versus no one. He'll put some pressure on him as well, but won't be able to go for the kill. As yeah, we see top. Malik, guess he maybe used one of the spells to secure a creep, and instantly they just make the aggressive move onto him.
Yeah, both on cooldown.
Yep. Yeah, DM can be left alone in that 1v1 versus the Morphling. Sure, it's not absolute free farm on this Tide Hunter, but yeah, like you said, he's not going to be brought down at top.
Coming in with the TPs, but this time he's got a swashbuckle Malik.
He's in trouble here. So yeah, backup of his team.
He's got the stun from Root.
Nice knockback from 9 class again.
Last turned up. He's gonna get caught by the boundless. Dakalis, he will die. Paravision, yeah, already got what they came for. They don't mind losing a support here.
He'll have stacks on Laurel 2 to go back to.
It's
been a bit rough. He got a lot of attention on him. The steal here.
No, he's gonna get it.
He is. Is there a TP? No, there's none.
And there's no way to stop him from... well, okay, he doesn't have a TP on himself, actually.
So the Pugna's going to connect over to... Can they kill? Do they have a blood grenade on the Pugna? No, they shouldn't be. I'd be shocked if they kill him.
And just getting through that level 2 heal is...
Not happening. There's going to be a Batrider connection. Satanic now turning onto Ducalis. Rotating no one. Alright, with no one in 9 class, they should have the
Nick. They're going to stop playing around with him. He's going to have waveform back up in a second. Satanic, he's got plenty of strength to play with. Magnetize is there.
They should have him.
And the strength is not going to be enough for him. They're able to burst him down still and get the second kill. 9 class with the dump.
Rotations. Very early aggression as Paravision wants to play with this draft and waiting to see what the queue up is from Crystallis on Magic's. Yeah, Magic's going to be diffuse this game since he's playing versus Storm in the Morphling. I was talking about yesterday how I saw like the Maelstrom build, especially from no one in that last game, and it just felt too greedy in almost all scenarios. I feel like Diffusal just is better in almost every single one of them. Not only just because of your Wukongs, but also it gives you solo kill potential. Like, you find a support, you Diffusal them, hit them 3 times, bam, they're probably just dead. So overall in most games, I think that Diffusal much better. Bottom, they're getting more and more aggressive. They're in on top of it.
Look at the boundless strike down. They're trying to get out of the Wukong's command. The Ravage will catch him. They're trying to bail him out and save him here. Team Spirit with the TPs, but Satanic will go down once again. They'll lose Root. They'll almost certainly lose Malik as well. Unless they can twin game time. Anything to stop it. They'll catch him. They get the 3 of them.
Well, this game is going to accelerate quick.
Oh, it is Paravision.
Yo, thì ông này bị hại, sập rừng.
And not picking a Pango as well too, and leaving the Monkey King, right? Like giving Crystallis his Monkey King in one of these dream matchups versus kind of all 3 cores in a way. And 9 class is going to start throwing those tips.
Well, that's true. The tips coming out.
They're going to be so confident with the way that the early aggression's happening. But Poster, he shows top. He's dead. Holy moly, how fast is he going? 2 to 11. And early game, talking about the draft more of Spirit,
yep.
I think most of their damage, pretty much all their damage is going to come from the Storm Spirit this game, because Malik's lane is so hard as this Pangolier, and the other ones just don't really contribute that much early on, so Paravision dictating the pace beautifully there, taking an early tower. Top 2 net worth, Tide Hunter also in a good spot, and their supports are massive. 9 class in particular, he's going to have a blink in one of the earliest ones I think we might see on these bats. It's 1,500 gold already on him. See how Spirit looks to slow things down here because they are quite behind already at this first 10 minutes. A 4K lead. No one already has a blade now. Super farmed Earth Spirit. He's been given protection for every single one of these runes. Sure, we show Mapochka deny away that regen rune in particular, but no one is ready to dive forward. Do they have Rolling Thunder yet? Not quite yet, even online for Malik. That feels like the only way for Spirit, once they've got the 6 on the Pango, they can start to look to fight back a bit versus Paravision, but without that Pango 6, feels like suicide for them to go forward as Both supports also take towers very fast on the side of Paravision. Didn't point this out, but 9 class, he did go for Arsonist this game. So on top of having Pugna Blast, these sticky napalms are going to bring these towers down super quick to continue this aggression. This tower's dead.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And that's the Diffusal Blade finished up also for Crystallis. These timings are so fast. He's got the Diffusal pretty much as Malik has just hit 6 on the Pango.
Yeah.
Treads Corrosion.
It's a really slow game for Malik.
Yeah. And the Corrosion also super valuable since he's playing versus the Morphling, even versus the Enchantress. You gave Crystallis his literal best hero, right?
In a great matchup.
In a great matchup. Let's see, look how they try to slow things down a bit here. Brew still not quite level 6. They want to get that Lion Burst at the least to be able to try to set something up. But so far, Paravision looks like they can make any move on the map at the moment, especially behind no one. He's got a point in silence now too to potentially gank the Storm and Morph.
Illusion.
Paravision. Oh, someone's here in the jungle. If anything, this is just giving the information for Crystallis to not play too crazy around the tower.
He's just playing. He's just kidding. Killing the medium camp, killing the creeps that come into his tower. Now he's going to start inching forward a little, perhaps, but he's going to preempt the respawn.
He's playing careful whilst they're off the map. Doesn't want to give Spirit the chance to get back into the game with a big kickoff.
Brew has hit 6 now, so they've got Finger online on top of the Rolling Thunder. See if they can find a core kill to attempt to slow down this progression.
They really want this Monkey King.
They got to find one of them, it feels like. Satanic is getting some space to farm, so is Laurel. Definitely want to try to get this kill to slow down the Monkey King. He is quite massive right now.
Smoke time from Paravision.
That's a blink done on the Bat Rider. It's 12 minutes in, Owen.
Things good. Speed up even more now.
Oh yeah, and they're coming top. Spirit have to bail out of here pretty soon. Crystal's just playing very careful, very cautious the way he's just hiding himself in the tree line there. Maposhka, you get out of this one. They're even throwing, okay. That ain't a situation where Enchantress can live. Way too much physical burst.
They'll have to take this tier 1 tower if they want. I mean, they've started to move into the triangle of Spirit, Paravision.
Oh, and these timings are going to come so fast. No one almost has BKB on top of the Blade Mail. He got 2 components, and he's looking to go forward there. They see a stack. They can clear this one out. This side. Need a kickback.
A good kickback into the
beautiful one.
He's going to let them step up and get the Lancer. Oh, set up there from no one.
He's perfectly fine. There's no way they can touch him, especially with the shield rune. You can just stand and watch them. I mean, with shield rune, there's no way to kill him. I think he can even just walk and taunt them under tier 2s.
Oh, he's going in. DM's there.
Deleted. Oh, this game is out of control.
Nice surprise.
I mean, no one is just completely dominating. Making a statement. You know, yesterday he did have a pretty explosive performance on the Emperor. They didn't lose in that game.
Well, I was going to say, that's the thing, right? We did have this sort of Paravision, maybe not at this level coming out in the series yesterday, but it was still a very dominant early game. They did let slip away from them.
They did, but this time around they have more of, like, I would say Crystallis on more of his comfort, because he was playing, I believe, the Bristleback in that game, if I remember correctly. Which one was it?
Can't remember now. No, was that maybe? I don't know.
I can't remember which tower it was. I actually don't remember which one it was.
Either way, they didn't close it 40 minutes in, and then there was a gyro raid.
But they were versus the Magnus as well too. They should find no one this time around playing too aggressive in the river. That river spot that everyone always ends up dying in. So a great kill, and Laurel does get the pickup. One kill to finally slow down some of that momentum. And that was before he gets the BKB, right? So a very good timing for them to get it after that shield rune wears off.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He still is just queuing up the auras. His top Crystallis try for Maposhka again.
He loved to do these Wukong setups onto Maposhka, but this time Maposhka's got the answer.
A little over aggressive. That's big. Wukong being used. They're able to disengage.
Dire's
pretty solid.
top tower
So DM, I'm wondering if he does accelerate to get a shard or not in his lineup. He's got the pipe and the Vlad's queued up, but it does feel like such a value shard game, especially with them having this type of aggressive lead. I think the shard could be very valuable if he wants to versus all 3 cores. But we'll see.
Very hard to sort of push the ammo away right now. He can just step into the triangle like this.
Still is.
တကယ်တီးနေတာလို့ပါရီရ Party vision တကယ်တီးနေတာနော် Party vision
the big catch.
Especially if it's right before he gets the manta. That would be
Radiant's
huge if
middle
no one
tower
gets
is
him
under
here.
attack.
Senses he's
Yeah,
down,
yeah,
but the scan's
it's
been
gonna
hit,
be
so
wide.
Satanic knows they're hunting for him, he'll TP out.
Great read. Mid tower starting to get poked. Pugna blasts from the side.
စားတက်တယ်ပကနာလေဝထိုင်ချိုးတယ်ဒူကားလေးလို့ဒူကားလေးလုံးနေတယ်ဒူကားလေး
Continuing to control most of the map. You can see how they're controlling especially the farm of the side of on Spirit's map, on Spirit's side, but Spirit is playing on the top side. They're drawing the lines though. You see 9 class at least very aware of the positioning right now of where the Spirit heroes are farming.
Dire's top tower is under
Looks like
attack.
they're just going to go for tower pressure themselves. As we said, the 2
Dire's
supports, they
been
take
killed.
towers fast. So if you forget about your towers even for a
Radiant's
second there,
bottom tower
we'll
is
be
Stay.
able to grab Mr. Poshka.
Dire's top
push
tower
is
is
down.
under
Yeah,
attack.
this time he's not getting out.
Oh humanity
On the bottom, taking a beating here from Takalis and DM. Spirit just hoping that the Bucks getting the farm up on their storm, on their morph, that they will get to a
ရ
point
အာလီပိုင်းရတော့
where
ရ
they'll be
န်
able
ကို
to
ပြတ်
turn
ထွက်
up
နေ
and
တယ်
slow
နော်
down Paravision.
ပြတ်ထွက်နေတယ်
It's going to be very slow though. Malik, he's had to take the complete back foot, has to be the sacrifice since he's got a Storm and a Morph on his lineup. He's just going for the Blink route. He's got it finished. Smoke up from Paravision, Arcane Rune on no one, and he's got the BKB.
Oh, they're going straight for the Paravision.
Got the
Radiant's
Blink
bottom tower
set on the
is
back.
Spirit.
The lasso's at the ready.
Are they ready for this?
Exceptional find.
Again, immediately no one. Let's set up with the start to get the last one around this strike. Lyle's gone.
And Rue, very likely to go down here as well.
And no way out for him.
ဘေဘီအောင်ကဲလိုက်ကျွေးနေတာလို့
Finding the perfect grabs. Satanic is getting farm, but they're slowing down Laurel again.
He's got to roll. Get away from this.
Alright, well, he's Are you going for Ducalis? It's pretty crazy here.
He can't get a kill here.
And he might have just put himself in a position to die.
The silence is in from no one. No one's still got the rest of that arcane ring going. He lays down with the magnetized. Indeed, Malik will get a shield crash and a swashbuckle off, but he will not live. Chrysalis at the same time kills off him. Poshka.
Kills everywhere. Satanic, he'll try to turn for 9 class.
Oh, it's 8 HP. 9 class is gonna live.
Gets himself onto the low ground for the last attack. Oh, and there's triple salve that's going to be passed over him too as well. So 9 class doesn't even have to go back if he doesn't want to. I mean, crazy aggression as we see.
Yeah, and they're trying to do something in return. I mean, Malik obviously had the option to just roll away.
Yeah.
But tried to stick around, ends up getting stuck, and then it's all a bit too awkward.
I'm surprised he actually tries to go for this Pugna because it's not a squishy Pugna either. The hero just has ways to play around that Rolling Thunder nowadays. You can either decrep yourself or you can just life drain if you even get a fraction of a second to go for it. And look at Ducalis' build. You don't see this too often, but a Ghost Scepter on the Pugna. So he's wanting to
Save himself, save
he wants
someone else.
to save the decrep for somebody else.
Yep.
Exactly. So very cool kind of approaches. Now another tier 2. They're looking to pressure.
Full pipe now. So now is when you might see the shard being picked up.
I actually was fine with him getting the shard before this, but
Sure.
he's going to queue it up right afterwards.
Middle tower
They
is
have
under
such a
attack.
huge advantage. BKB now also for the Monkey King, so both of those main cores do have their defensive capability on top of DM having this aura. There's just not really much damage on the side of Team Spirit, especially now into this.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Gonna try. They gotta change something perfectly.
Everything down on the ice screen, they can get no one. They burst in below. They're going to let Hexel take him out.
Nice play.
So Tanic's ready to turn up as well to see if they can get some more out of this.
Hollis, he gets himself up here.
The stun, I mean, he didn't have the burst, but
He's just Ghost Sceptered.
Tanic trying to pick his target. Look towards DM. DM incredibly tanky.
Kong's being pumped.
Chrysalis is here, so Team Spirit, they get a good jump and a good kill. They can't get anything else.
They're executing the chains nicely there, right? If there's any little type of if there's any type of stop on the chain stun, they actually end up not getting that kill onto no one. So it's very nice that they're able to at least get that type of kill in the deficit. That,
Yeah. It's a little bit of
it's a little something. Yeah.
And again, Satanic's farm.
ဒီဝေးရစီတန်နီဖန်ပဲဘောနော်အသုံးဒီတာဟိုစပရီရဲ့လုတ်ပေါက်လေးတွေအသုံးဒီဖန်မယ်ပြီးကျန်တဲ့ကောင်တွေလိုက်ချမယ် ပြီးရင် Morphling ကျလာရင်ခံပတ်မယ်
pickups when they're this far
အဲ့လို
behind.
ပဲ
Just seizing opportunities when, as
ကြာ
soon as
ကြီး
they
ခံ
split
ပြီး
up.
ဆော့မယ်
Christopher
အိတ်
Christopher
ကွက်
lost a lot of mana. Lol, just enough to
Hey,
get away
Quaddy,
from the
voilà.
monkey king.
Malik
တကယ်လောက်တာလို့ရပဲခရီးလိုက်က
playing himself out of this one, Brew.
ခရီးလိုက်ကတကယ်လောက်နေတာ
Oh,
He was thinking about
He's
it.
like a
Definitely
get out
was
of
thinking
that.
about diving the high ground there.
Parivation မှာတကယ်လောက်နေတာနော်
Not bad, all things considered.
They're holding up.
Holding
Sorry,
on,
this is what
holding
they
up
get
kills,
over,
allowing
Crystal
Satanic to almost get to that top net worth spot. With all this downtime, as he will also be able to find himself a tormentor. Still need a lot more time. Morphling's not in that bad of a position. How much pressure that they've been able to put.
ပန်ကိုရတဲ့စောင်းဝမ်းကားချိန်နေပြီအဲ့တောင်
Steam
လည်း
have
ကျ
the
န်တကာ
shard
အကင်း
now.
နဲ့
I believe he
တ
does.
ခြားလူတွေက
Right?
diffuser တွေ first side တွေသွား
Even
နေ
more
တယ်
answers.
အကင်းမှုနဲ့ဟုတ်ပြီ
Set up on the mid.
And Tukalis this time is in a position to maybe save no one. Because that's also been the case, right?
Yeah, he's been a little too
He's
far
been a little too
rest.
far away, and a couple of these times it's been like very close to them even barely finishing no one off. If they have Tukalis there, it's likely they're still.
Turn towards the top lane. Take the tier 2.
Continue to try to control the game. Control the map. Roche is up for them as well too if they do want to go for some type of swing play toward the bottom lane and get kills into a Roche.
Spirit might be able to sneak the rush.
They're making their way down already. I think they're probably expecting the way that Spirit is positioning himself that the fight is going to go down here.
So Spirit's ready to tackle a fight head on.
He used the Manta. It's on cooldown for 25 seconds.
BKB on Storm, Lal. Alex leading the way.
See if they can find the backline. No one again. They see him for a split second.
Then it comes in from Malik.
Radiant's top
Trees.
tower is under attack.
He's in. No.
Like what you always
Bomb
said
from Lal. Straight away to go for the bat. 9 class. He's gone.
Huge damage. That Storm Shard.
The silence from Malik. But don't come off slow. The stun also not going to connect. Malik gets the chance to jump back to the high ground. Turn and burn. The Ravage will come off.
Radiant's top tower.
Is it going to be enough to allow Paravision to secure this fight? The Magnetize bringing them low. The silence here, no one
No one's
popped the
killing
BKB.
them.
He's considering diving past the tier 3s here. As Team Spirit have to back up with this Magnetize persisting. Malik will get to the fountain just in time. They'll be able to survive through it. It's a lot of
2 for
damage,
1.
but not enough to quite kill them.
Hey, it's a 2-for-1 for Spirit. That's pretty damn good in the position they're in. They're able to get these big jumps. Some spells being whipped there from Paravision. The Boundless Strike catches nobody. That's a lot of ultis used.
It's a little bit of shakiness, and as I said,
Definitely.
we saw Paravision with an explosive start yesterday, but they did let it slip away from them.
Can't be missing some of these spells. And now with these ults on cooldown, does Spirit look to punish? They're going to attempt to. They're smoking up.
Radiant's top tower
Varl has the
is under
BKB still at the
attack.
ready. No Ravage for 90 seconds. There is a Wukong's. That's the one that they do have to be afraid of. But no Magnetize and no Ravage at the moment.
So does he want to make this jump, Lal? The wraparounds here, Spirit.
They don't want to go on DM.
No, the Paravision's up on this high ground.
Yeah, they have to see the two. They have to see one of the two supports at least. They want to know either where the Pugna is or the Bat is. Because if they don't see one of them, either they get jumped at the lasso, they get initiated on, or the Pugna's just going to save his buddies.
လူရှာခိုးပြေးကေး
Just
ပြီ
heads
လို့
up, making the move bottom. They have time to finish the Roche. I think they will. They can kill it in 50 seconds. Does Malik have a TP as well? He doesn't for 3 seconds, but he can make his way down. Yeah, they're going to kill this. This is heads up from Spirit. And Satanic has now claimed the top net worth spot on.
I mean, he's kind of doing it,
Not
Satanic.
doing it.
โอเคလောက်သွားပြီလူရှာခိုးလောက်သွားပြီ
Lead that's very much stagnated for Paravision. One bad team fight.
Yeah, I feel like this one
And then you can see the game being very much in an uh-oh sort of position for Paravision.
And now he's got an Aegis, right? So he's got that one, you know, Satanic can make that one little slip up now in this next scenario and still have that bailout. Look, we're not quite yet at the 50-50% mark, but it's feeling like we're almost there where Spirit is in a pretty comfortable spot.
It's like if Paravision can take a big fight, then they're probably getting barracks. But if they lose a big fight,
Then they're probably just going to lose the game.
they're probably not getting barracks for a long time, if at all. This is very much getting to that tipping point of the game. Paravision, they got this great lead, but they slowed down. Team Spirit able to make time and space for Satanic to get to where he is.
And he's the one that's the specialty one, right? He's one of those Morphling players that we've talked about multiple times where he's made it work. And some other players definitely have difficulties, but this is one of them that's very strong. And there definitely is other things to factor in, right? There still is this anchor smash, which is very strong versus him, as he does take the talent as well. On DM, he takes the 15 one that reduces the damage. So they do have solutions, at least versus that single hard carry that is on the Morphling at this point.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They still do have at least one type of bailout. It's if DM can sit on the Morph and just keep anchor smashing him, he literally hits for 0. It reduces you to pretty much nothing. Malik gets spotted and damage on no one.
Dire's structures
got a Shiva's. Probably get their push going again. They're going to also look up for kills on the side here with
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Kev is in the area.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Back away. Getting caught from the movements.
No one trying to find them.
ตีไล่จ่าหนีเองหรือไล่จ่าหนีเอง
Away like multiple times it feels like.
ตีดา
Really nice mid game here from Spirit and how they slowed things down and just really started to make this game very difficult for Paravision to sort of make the call on what to do next.
I mean, like you said, it's those tense moments. It really does feel like the tensest kind of moment in this game for Paravision. Can't slip up too much more. As we do see Malik, he's going for, he has to do this because he's completely sacked as this offlaner, but he's giving up the nullifier. So going for that debuff to remove from the decrep in particular, or just focus fire the Monkey King. That'll be cool. I think that'll be the first time I see a Pango going for a nullifier. Laurel, got the grab.
Last of the setup. Look at the battle list.
ตู้ตีกันตีกัน
He might just escape. He goes for the zip TP. He's out.
30 HP, ends up being able to survive. Split second. No one will be able to find Brew in the back line. But Laurel, he does get himself away, but no BKB upcoming. DM, he can do this. He can play. Panic. You see those crits? They're pretty pathetic. 190 crit. One of the lower ones you'll see. DM, just if you get that anchor, it really does completely shut down the Morph's damage. And they do see Satanic far forward with no BKB.
Trying to get the jump on him. For the balance, but he's already started to shift into the strength. He's got Malik watching from the side, ready to help out, waveform away. I don't think they've got anything else to close the gap. They still have the Ravage if they feel it's strong. And then the Aegis was not very appealing. Now the backup comes in for Lal. They drop the Ravage now. Onto the 3. Balance down onto Lal. Lal this time will fall. Not able to zip away. And no one, he's ready to dive in. Wants to try and get the Aegis out of Satanic. Gets the kickback. They should be able to get the Aegis. Going for a second attempt on him. Are they going to try? The Hex is already out onto the Monkey King. They're going to try. They can do it a second time round. They are in on something with the silence. He's never matched to the side, and they've got caught with the leash. He's able to wait for away just in time, but he's ticking out. The magnetite community together will get him just before he can crawl back to the fountain. Paravision.
They get the big kill.
They found the fight.
They found the kills. I mean, Laurel, he hand delivers himself. He jumps in. I don't think he expected maybe the Ravage to catch him, but immediately gets caught from it. That's the kills they needed to accelerate things.
And there we go.
A good spot. Massive kills, and now they can start poking. It's 70. Oh, it was 70 seconds, no more. It's 50. They should be able to get a Rax off this.
It was building up to have a solid chance to turn this Spirit, but that fight right there
Radiant's top tower is
very
under
much
attack.
puts this win back on the table big time for Paravision as they're back on with the momentum that they were looking for earlier into the base.
And yeah, they should be able to finish up this Rax at least. 25 seconds, no Morphling. Laurel.
The last one, they're going to try and turn it into more. Malik's going to come up with the Rolling Thunder. They're trying to fight this without Satanic. Look at the kill against 9 Class. So connects with Malik straight away. It's Christmas in deep with the Wukongs. They've got to run, but Miposhka, he's barely struggling to get around this Wukongs. He can't get away. Malik, he'll roll up, but they're in with the physical damage. He's out. It's Paravision, 11k up. They take the top set of barracks, and they're ready to move over to the mid.
They maybe can actually continue because they just used Rolling Thunder before their Morphling was alive. They actually tried to go for this fight, but Titanic's up.
They needed to let that Rax go, folks.
Yeah, they tried to take a fight without him, and now they're going to lose a secondary, maybe even a third set.
They're crumbling after such sort of a carefully calculated build-up in that mid game to get back up to the pace of Paravision. They let it all slip away like that, Fox.
Very quickly.
Middle
And
barracks
Paravision
have
also, the itemization is perfect from them. They've got the Shivas on the Earth Spirit, the Scotty on the Monkey King. So Satanic also, the heal reduction, it's all starting to add up. Now they're in a very comfortable spot that even if they slip up 2 or 3 times, they should be okay.
Get themselves a pretty big cushion to fall back on with this sort of lead, and just all down to how well they committed and played that fight. You know, not holding back at all, even though it was in such an area and period of the game that a wrong move from Paravision would have cost them big time. They went all in on that play, and it paid off massively.
Yeah, they're huge now, and they've got all these heal negation items. I believe a Hex almost finished up for DM2, and 2 sets that are going to be constantly forced into the side of Spirit. Now Satanic really has his work cut out for him. He needs quite a bit more time to be able to match this because they have all these ways to answer him, and as we said, they're going to get even more because he really is the only problem now is Laurel. He shows up and just dies in an instant. He has to be careful without BKB.
Yeah.
No one. Full Octarine. Had 2 slip-ups this game, but afterwards now, been clean. And yeah, as you said, they have this blanket, this pillow coverage of 16,000 net worth, all these extra items as Satanic. He's the only threat, and they have so many answers for him after that.
ဒီပွဲရလဲနော်ဟုတ်ဟိုပွဲကပြီးနေပြီဒါပေမဲ့နောက်ပိုင်းပွဲတွေကအဲ့လိုဖြစ်လာပွဲကပြီးနေပြီဒါပေမဲ့ပွဲကမအံ့ဘူးပွဲကအဲ့လိုအကြာကြီးနေဖက်ပြီးဆော့ပြီးနောက်တစ်ညရှုံးနောက်ပိုင်းတွေအဲ့လိုဖြစ်လာ
on
ပွဲ
the
တွေ
bottom now that they're also back up Paravision. DM ready with the Ravage.
Everything's
မ
ever
မခံ
ready.
တော့နိုင်ရဲ့ဘက်ကဖြည်းဖြည်းလေးဆိုတာ
Satanic is showing themselves bottom too, so they know there's no threat anywhere on any of these side lanes.
ကျစင်
No one will be able to find another arcane rune.
ဖြည်းဖြည်းကြီးနေ
Found himself a paladin sword.
ဆော့ရအောင်နော်အိုင်ဒန်လေး
Huge Malik now does have this nullifier, but this is a pretty sad inventory for Arcane. They did throw him to the wolves this game.
ဟိုကောင်ကားချိတ်ချင်
I don't think I've ever seen this before. It looks funny.
အိုင်ဒန်ကြီးကလာစားလူဒီဖိုင်ရတဲ့တက်ကနှစ်ကွက်တယ်
Being slowed down massively, he doesn't have any extra progression. He's queuing up the Revenant's Brooch, but that's a pipe dream.
They're trying to dream big.
Yep.
To get there, it's going to have to take some massive error from Paravision.
Yeah, now it's going to have to take at least 2 or 3 throws, it feels like, from Paravision after they get that huge connection. Spirit's going to smoke to try to catch him off guard here, but all of Paravision in the area. Roche. Bit of a short spawn. 50 more seconds.
We have it. On smoke, the scan's been hit. Paravision know exactly where Team Spirit are.
There's a full Hex on DM.
That was it. Going with the balance to be able to burst through the line. Brew's gone. Fly back available on him now. They turn towards the second. What they're going to kick back on the post. He has to roll up and get away. He's got his gun for the moment. BKB's out for no one. They're in on Satanic. Satanic himself has to BKB. Get out of the Wukong's command. They're trying to chase Malik here. Push Rolling Thunder. No get him with a boundless strike. They'll take him out. TP out just in time from Aposhka. Will save him.
That's the Rolling Thunder used though, and the BKB from Satanic. I mean, how do they contest the last push now?
They're bringing the push in, and they've still got their spells ready. Paravision, the Ravage, it's still there for this high ground siege.
So is the Magnetize from no one. Satanic with no BKB. They could just jump him. Class will try. Get out of range there. Final attempt for Spirit to hold.
There you go. Top of the balance, DM's in. This is going to be easily for them. They're just completely control the Morphling. He'll buy back. Allah has the BKB zip back to the fountain. He nearly does the Magnetize. DM just battling on forward. They roll forward on towards Rue. Rue's gone. They're running out of buybacks, and the Boundless catches Satanic. GG is called. Paravision take game 1.
Tiny little slip up there. Spirit, they get the Roche, they get this Aegis, but afterwards they give up massive kills in Paravision. Yeah, actually back to business.
And this is going to feel good for them, right? Because we did see some Paravision yesterday. They got that same sort of like fire behind them at the beginning, but they let the game slip away. The comeback came against them. This
Okay, piece of wine is a landly one, no? Paravision. Where are I'm out there. There are Malaysians. Very kind of fiber. Okay, we're gonna keep it. ဟုတ်တယ် Terra Blade carry နဲ့လုံနေတာ Terra carry မဟုတ် Terra Blade overlay နဲ့လုံနေတာလို့ဆရာကြီးသမကတကယ်ကောင်းတာတကယ်ကောင်းတာ Templar ကိုအုပ်နေတာ Terra Blade ကဟုတ်တယ်ဟာလို့ pause လုပ်ထားတယ် pause လုပ်တာတော့ Marine ပွဲသွားကြည့်မယ်ပေါ့နော် Marine ရဲ့ Viper တစ်ပေါက်ကိုကျွန်တော်တို့လေးလာလိုက်မယ်တုံးတက်လိုက်မယ်ဆုံးဖြတ်လိုက်မယ်ဆိုရင်တော့ဖြစ်ပေါ့နော်
If you are a war, you got
Единственное, кто может меня победить.
First player with the poison ဂိမ်းတူးဆောင်မယ်နော် bro ဂိမ်းတူးဆောင်ရင်ကျွန်တော်တို့
Thank you.
ဂိမ်းတူးဆောင်ရင်
comment
Marine ပွဲလေးကြည့်ပါမယ်
No wretched fools have no idea.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Poison the soil.
on your knees.
From above.
Dire's courier has been killed.
That is too good.
Oh that is too good
No.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
That is too good. Oh, that is too good. Denial. These wretched fools have no idea.
စံကင်းနဲ့ Viper ကြီးဆိုတော့ share မားကန်နေတေးပြီ Viper ရက်ဆက်တယ် သေးပါပြီလို့ပြီး3កောင်မရသေးရဲ့ Oh my god ကားရကိုကားရရရကြိတ်ပြီအာ cross ကဓာတ်ရည်ရအောင်မတားရဘူးလို့ဟာဒီကစန်ပြေလာထောင်းနေတယ်
Close, but not quite.
တေးပြီဆရာလို့
This
Dire's courier has been killed. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
ပြောင်းအေး Cloud ဘက်ဂျီုံကန်ဆာလိုက်ပေးနေတယ်လို့အကြီးတယ်
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'll take that.
Okay, ပွဲရမစားသေးဘူးလို့နည်းနည်းကြာနေရပါတော့အဲ့တော့ MR ရဲ့ပွဲလေးကိုတစ်ချက်ကြည့်လိုက်မယ် MR Terra Play လေးကိုတစ်ချက်သွားကြည့်လိုက်မလားဘယ်လိုတွေဝိုင်းနေလဲဘယ်လိုကျုံနေလဲဆရာသမား
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Which my matriarch will prize. Bounty. Invisibility.
အပေးမဲ့လေး bro အပေးမှာဗော3 9 3 3 4 4 3 3 1 လက်ကကြောင်နယ်လေးကိုအထားရနော်ကြောင်နယ်လေးတွေ့လားမတွေ့လား
What have we here?
ကျေးဇူးပါဗျာ okay ပါရပါတယ်ဗျာရပါစတေပြပေါ့နော်နမစတေပေါ့နမတွေလည်းစတေကုန်ပြီလို့အမရဲ့တေတာပလိတ်နော်ကြည်ရခဲ့တယ်လို့
We have revenge tonight.
BKB နဲ့ထုတ်ရရအောင်
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. God, I love money. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This will do just fine.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Okay, ဟိုပွဲကပြန်စနေလောက်ပြီထင်တယ်နော်ပြန်သွားကြည့်လိုက်
Dire team back.
Counter to that best item in the game is lessened.
Yeah.
But everything else you said makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, Pari... I wonder which cores they want to kind of go for. I don't know if they've played much Primal Beast, but that is generally one of the pretty nice answers when it comes to Pangolier.
10 seconds remaining.
I mean, they could be looking at an Auk themselves. I think Chen Auk
မို
is
းလီယာထပ်ကြိုင်ပြန်ပြီ
incredibly strong, and Pangolier can kind of suffer into Auk, because even if you perma roll on him, well, you're not going to kill him, because he has too much HP regen. And Pari could look to like ban a Doom and take it themselves, or look for something else, but Auk is something I would have in mind, at least for now. Oh, we bailed
Radiant
against the
team
Sedu.
down.
One of our partners not happy with the situation in the office.
The shape that the way it's standing is very disconcerting to me. Very hunched.
Oh yeah, Beastmaster Earth Spirit now out.
Yeah, Earth Spirit's just the hero that no one's been kind of styling on every single game,
10
so it makes sense to ban it in that phase because they are going to pick it in this phase otherwise. Most teams have learned, like, if Earth Spirit's in the pool and you're picking your mid, it always gets banned last phase, so you got to take it in the mid here.
So both Alk and Doom are still in the pool.
Yeah.
I don't think Spirit wants to take both right now. They could
10 seconds remaining.
Doom and then pick a support
5
and then get the Alk
seconds
later.
remaining.
Why would they want to Doom? They got the Pango, but then they have to put the... I guess they could put the Pango mid.
Well, Satanic has not played Alk so far. I'm just looking at the meta of the previous series that we've seen.
It would also kind of ruin their lanes, right? If they picked Alk, Doom, Pango as their first three, you like know where they're going.
Oh yeah, no, you don't do
Yeah.
that. You pick Doom because it blocks the Alk pick. So you pick Doom and then +1.
Yeah, they're either going double sub or they need to Doom with one sub. But here it's up to them, because it feels like if you pick Doom, it's kind of because you're forced to do it, not because you actually want to, because then you're insta showing where your Pango and Doom are going as well. Maybe they will just go with the double sub, which could be clock and like a range support.
Yeah,
like hoodwink.
Clock and hoodwink is what I'm thinking as well.
Work to maybe the other if they want to go that way.
Even that hero I've seen Miposhka play in pubs. Like they're one of the only teams that flex the hoodwink to 4 and 5. With the Muerta, you're saying they're also, they could be one of the teams that flex it 4 and 5.
5 seconds.
Which no one else has done, so it could help them. Ooh.
Hey, your flip-flops, the inspiration. I mean, pantofles or slippers.
Well, it gives them some good counter push, which is something they were lacking before this. Keep in mind, there was that Parry Vision game against Team Liquid where they kind of just ended the game super early with all of the Chen skeletons. Jakiro actually has some solution against that to defend towers.
5 seconds remaining.
So that could be one thing. And also, attack speed slow from Jakiro, especially if he goes red facet against a Tusk. Like, there's going to be some right clicker that amplifies, or that is amplified by that. So there's some damage mitigation there too. But this feels a little surprising to me that they've picked this hero.
Yeah, how do you play it? Is it 4?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I assumed it was 5, but you're right.
But then the clockwork, I mean, so far, I mean, we keep talking about the Pango being a flex, but more often than not, it has been Malik playing the Pango. Pango and Jakiro doesn't sound like a terrible lane to me.
I mean, it could also be Jakiro 3 or 2. Like, there is weird flex potential here.
It's possible. I doubt it, but it's possible.
A carry, too, if you go Mjolnir.
That's not a carry.
Anything is a carry if you build Mjolnir.
Hey, you get 2 attacks, you can bash. Buy an MKB, it's twice as good.
It's probably just Jakiro 5 into the Tusk. I assume that is just the biggest reason. And you have 2 heroes that set you up to deal like damage, which is kind of cool with the Clock and Pango. So I can get behind the pick. Well, Parry need to double core here. I don't know if they can find like at least one core that could always follow the Pango no matter where it goes. Which obviously Monkey and Razor could have done, but they're out. Like a hero that will go mid and safe lane could be TA, but I don't know if they play it, but just as an example. Because if not, you have to lock in straight up 2 cores here.
Yeah, the Jakiro really threw a wrench in the plans, because now that it's like really hard to identify what's going on. If they would have picked some other hero that's like popular in the meta, it would have been easier to decode, but the Jakiro still out of left field.
I mean, DK is almost certainly the carry, but there is a world where if it's like an absolutely horrendous matchup for the DK or something like that, or they can see a way better mid, they'll take the DK mid. No, okay, they're gonna go Storm mid. Well, very little disabled for a Storm right now. So I think that needs to be answered by Spirit in one of these next 2 picks.
How do you answer that with their mid hero then? Because then you put Pango off lane?
You need to make a choice now, I think, if you're Spirit. Because you're either going for your offlane pick, which is like a Doom to counter the DK, but then Parry know that if you do that, it also gives them the Storm into Pango matchup mid, which is good for Storm. So I think even if you counter one of the heroes with this double pick, they're kind of protecting each other. Jenkins?
That can go mid here. I think that does fairly fine against Storm. I would prefer that for Spirit,
because you don't want it to go into the.
But it's Laurel. He's gonna play Pango mid.
All right, the only player in Dota 2 Protractor that has played Jakiro recently is Miposhka. He played it a day ago. No one else of the suspects has played it in their like 30 games in the last week. So I assume it's a 5, Jakiro.
Yeah, so I assume you're asking me to,
because you hate
announce that every time we've seen Timber picked into DK and lane against DK, it does not do well in lane, and then it loses the game.
It really doesn't.
That, at least from what we've seen in the mornings, that's what's happened, and that is also my personal experience with this matchup. I don't think it's like it used to be. I think people have ideas of it based on historical data and how they used to feel in this matchup. But DK is a new hero and Timber's a new hero. Like, a lot of people aren't even leveling reactive armor. Some people are trying to go 2 points in it, but it's not. He just doesn't do the same damage that he used to. He does not have the same regen that he used to. And DK is like abundantly overpowered.
10 seconds remaining.
Because there is currently a problem, and obviously this could be because
5 seconds
maybe
remaining.
I'm stupid, but at this point, Parry Vision have last pick, and I already like their draft more than Spirits. So that is generally not a very good sign. But Spirit, I guess they still have their flavor pick left, which is King Satanic. What is he gonna play? Because he's very likely gonna be playing against 2 heroes that can jump him, like Storm and DK, at least in the mid game. And you're getting counterpicked in your lane as well.
I think he's just gonna be Luna, and I don't like it.
Or Bristle. Bristle's still there.
Bristle is there.
Gyro's gone.
Neither of them sound that great. Like playing Luna into Chen.
What about like a Void?
Radiant
Played it
team
one time this tournament.
Bristle?
Nice Bristle call. I like that. I like that better than the Luna. They can up the tempo in this game at least. And Paravision doesn't exactly have great Bristle counters. Let's see. Viper.
I think you're getting Viper.
Viper still. Yeah. Oh my God. Viper into Jakiro.
10 seconds remaining.
That's good for the Viper. Viper into Timber. You can disable his passives, do magic damage, disable the Bristle passive.
Viper Tusk lane sounds pretty
Viper
nice.
Tusk sounds dirty.
What else is there? Dota 2 heroes.
The question is, does Necrophos?
Ooh, that's the first one.
Yeah, I love this hero.
Yeah, first time.
It's good against tanky heroes. And
It's
against two of
terrible.
them.
Really good against.
It's a
hero.
terrible hero.
Okay, terrible hero, but good pick.
I love it though.
Is it that bad, really?
Yeah, it's really bad.
When I'm picking pub games, that one gets flashed a lot to me. Like the Dota Plus is like, hey, this has a good win rate matchup. Like there's all these tanky heroes. You got a free Ghost Scepter against a Bristleback. Like I think it's kind of okay here.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what DM's build is on Necro to make it work because I feel like people have tried a lot of things. People have tried Vessel. People have tried. I've seen Bracer, Wraithband, Null Talisman, and then Radiance. I really doubt he's going to go the move speed facet. I think that one's complete garbage, even though they keep buffing it. Maybe there's some hidden tech here that he's doing. I would guess Vessel is probably his build.
I guess. Yeah.
I think if you're offlane, the movement speed facet is better though. Because you're not necessarily going to have a Radiance to expand. Like you can go play for like Shard and Mech and Auras. That's an option.
It's an option. Yeah, I'm not sure because it's not a hero a lot of people play. I play it. I like Necro.
I like it.
But it's very hard to find a build that works. It's more like if you win your lane and you're just better than your opponents, that's when I feel like I'm winning.
Will it win its lane?
Yeah. Oh well.
I mean, it should be.
It's Bristle Jakiro. We saw Makoshkas picked up the Jakiro.
I honestly, that's the one thing I'm questioning is like I don't think I wouldn't want to lane as a Necro into Jakiro. It does a lot of magic damage. It can kill you through your Ghost Shroud.
It is very volatile.
Yeah. Well, we got a little bit of unconventional draft coming our way in game 2. I'm all here for it. Two people that are also here for it are already Pixel and Fog. Then, of course, always here for it are the Pugten Pandas.
To your health.
Kamu shoba.
Prepare for battle.
To your health.
Here we go, it's game 2 time, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have some fun here indeed. We're getting a new hero, which we just don't expect at all right now in this patch, as long as we've had it in this meta, as long as it's kind of stayed the same, which evidently it has been the case again in this game in all the other 9 heroes. But there's one hero that's coming in new. It's a Necrophos, Fog.
What do you mean 9? There's 2 heroes that are new. Jakiro's not played either.
Sure, I guess, yeah, but less exciting. Sure. Jakiro we see here and there.
Yeah, you don't know how to support.
Necrophos.
You're not a support player then.
Ain't nobody playing Necrophos.
But DM is playing it in his pubs.
He is, and he's got
Not
a lot of
many.
games on it. I checked his profile.
Recently, yes, but not in the last few days.
Sure, but
right?
all time, he's got 292 games
does.
on it. He's
And
played a lot of Necrophos, and his build
It's
is
Blade
always
Mail.
Blade Mail into Pipe. If he needs to dispel, he'll go Blade Mail into Yules or Lotus.
I'd imagine this one looks like a very good Vessel game, so I think that's
The
going to be this game because he's playing first.
He very rarely buys Vessel.
He's versus Timber Bristle.
I will see.
I think. I mean, he's got Urn already queued up. He just queued it up.
Okay, yeah. In one of the games in the last month, he went Vessel.
It feels very value this game versus, honestly, I mean, not all 3 cores, but even, it's not terrible, even versus like Pango in some situations, but absolutely versus Timber and versus Bristle. And you know what? This hero, it's very volatile.
Yeah, what do you think of the hero?
If Bristle is this popular right now, surely Necro has to be playable, right? You have Ghost Shroud. You have ways to play around. You have a way to just chunk him from pretty much full HP. So it used to be a traditional counter versus the Bristleback. Sure, the hero just has its weaknesses, and Bristle's just godly now because it's not just about this type of, playing with quills or whatever. You don't have to do ridiculous right-click damage. But This does look good. It looks good for DM, and it fits their lineup. It was sad to see the 9 class actually did not do Drinking Buddies this time around, because I think we were looking at this lineup and we were like, oh, Drinking Buddies with Dragon Knight and with Chen again. We saw this earlier today. Either way, he's got Tag Team, which is probably just better for the lane, like we were mentioning and talking about the lane. Satanic, he's dead.
There we go. First blood for DMs.
Đi qua thì hiểu play đây
Yeah,
của
and that's why you go
đúng rồi.
Tag Team. Drinking Buddies has played more for the game, Tag Team played for the lane, and they're looking to destroy this lane. That's why they went for this Necrophos pick. And I know they're discussing the facets back and forth a little bit, but I think this one just in most situations just feels better. Sure, your item's not always going to be able to benefit off of it, but at some point you will get one of these items. Like once you get Shivas, and if you get any type of kills, the Shiva takes up the entire map. I think it's not 50-50, but I think it's like 60-40-ish to see which players take what, or 65-35, but most will take the Profane Potency, just because it's beneficial even for just your spells. And that's my rant for Necrophos for a moment.
Let's see how this lane continues. Hot start, obviously getting that first blood at bottom lane.
And the other thing is too, I mean, I'm actually going to talk about Necrophos again, sorry.
Yeah.
Versus Pango. The fact that Pango and Bristol are exclusively physical damage, this hero has to be playable, right, Owen? Just gotta be.
DM with this, the last pick clearly agreed.
Yeah.
See if it plays out, and Paravision have had some great games where they've been able to snowball, and it does also add to snowball potential, right? You've got that heal sustain that's going to be able to pump up this kind of Chen DK push.
Yeah, they like to play with Paravision in particular. From what I've seen, they like to get an advantage and hold on to it and rarely let it go. Sure, we saw them lose versus that Rapier comeback, but that was them making like, big slip-ups and just getting caught off guard from it versus that Magnus in particular. But yeah.
That's the thing this game as well when you look at Spirit's lineup, right? If they do fall behind, it's not like they have a carry this game that can kind of just AFK farm.
No.
Satanic can kind of carry 1v5, right? Bristol, it's just not that style of hero.
No, I actually think Paravision can win early, mid, and potentially that late game. We'll see depending on team fights inside the mid game from Spirit, but this Necro pick, it's so good versus these physical cores.
Yeah.
If there's any game to pick it, it's got to be this
I was going to say, that's the thing, right? We're getting to see it here. If it doesn't do well, doesn't win, we're probably not going to see it again, right? Because this, as you said, on paper, if Necro is ever going to do good, it would be here today.
Yeah, because you literally just Ghost Shroud, get hard counters. Pango as well. You know, he pops Rolling Thunder, and you can just kind of stand there in a lot of different ways, so. We shall see how it ends up doing. The lane is looking good.
Oh,
going in mid.
He's got the Fairy Fire. And he's Lotus. He's just standing his ground and trying to get the kills himself with the help of Ducalis. Lyle and Rune have to be the ones that back off. They get the vortex grab back onto Lyle. Has he got enough with the right click
One more
to
hit.
get him?
Oh, the tree!
Ooh, the tree will save him.
Nice play. Drops
Rồi,
it. Blocks it with the follow.
siêu
So
rồi
telling
anh
him possibly going for 9 class. DM's not going to be able
anh
to help
này
out.
ok lưu toa để cái con này.
Nice. That was, I mean, super heads up play there from Laurel. He was dead if he doesn't drop that branch to give the fog. Nice play there from Ducalis. As we saw, he TP'd mid with the Healing Lotus, I believe it was, that he threw onto no one as they were getting aggressive onto him. As the runes will get double checked, Ducalis will be able to take that one away from bottom.
Good belief in his teammates there. No, just standing, you know, whilst he was getting beaten down by the 2 members of Spirit, knowing that that backup would come in and allow him to have that potential to turn.
This is Ducalis' best hero. So he's very, you don't see a Chen TP very often. Not in most games, not for most teams, but Ducalis, knowing that he can do that type of play. And he's got a DK in his safe lane versus the Timber, so Crystalis overall, he can do fine in this matchup. And Rue had, of course, left to go gank, so.
Chen, as a hero, right, has had a pretty good win rate this tournament.
It's an insane hero.
A lot of, maybe the majority of games, right, doesn't really get let through the drafting phase.
No. It feels like it does so much, right? It secures your safe lane in a lot of situations. It farms, it scales. We can't say it doesn't. And the auras you provide, of course, right? You give either Alpha Wolf, Cloak, Aura, armors, etc. Once you start getting Ancients, you get max HP. So yeah, it's very, very strong. So for Spirit, it's going to be the question of can they endure. And is the endurement going to end up working, in particular, for this Bristleback? He's got his real work cut out for him, because it's just a ton of damage. It's a crazy draft, and maybe also the reason that they're willing to pick this Necro, since it's not played so much, is they have a really strong 4 without it, right? They have a Storm, they have a DK, they have a Tusk. It's a strong lineup even without that Necrophos. What are you looking at?
I was just thinking how much Satanic we've had on the Bristleback.
I feel like he's more of that hard carry guy. Just doesn't. I mean, he definitely has played it, but I feel like he's more of a. 5 games at the pro level. We have 1 game a day. 80% win rate. So the games that they have brought it out so far in competitive, it has been good. Yeah, and I will say also is Bristol can he can be a super carry in a way, but versus
you
the
can
Necro,
become
it can be
unkillable.
difficult.
But indeed, they've got some answers against him. In the mid, no look for no one, but he's hit the 6. He's able to get away from these two.
And he's even going to stack his camp, it looks like, while making that defensive move. Bottom rune. It'll spawn top. Maposhka will be able to secure it. So they bring the two supports to be able to get that and denied away from no one.
Maposhka's coming in with the wraparound. No one's got to be a bit careful with how the mana is.
He's pushing the limits.
He's got 9 class with him. They're going to try and take down Lyle. I mean, against the 3 of them. The cogs are pushed back, but Lyle, he's the one in trouble. He goes down. They won't even lose 9 class. 9 class is able to get away. Spirit, they try and make this effort with the 3 heroes around mid and against a Storm that has like no mana, but it doesn't work.
No, godly shards coming out from 9 class there completely gets the Pango stuck in. No one taking a beating. Double blood grenades to go for the kill.
They will get him,
but they might lose both.
Tower hits coming in, tag teams up, and indeed the cleanup. Oh, right click. The snowball.
He might die for that.
He probably will, but he got a fair bit out of that with the 2 kills that he was able to clean up first before he ends up dying.
And look at Tukalis. During all this chaos, he somehow has been able to sneak his way to steal the wisdom. Oh my goodness. A very, very good start coming out here for Paravision, as they've done a good job to keep Crystallis at a very good spot of farm. They've shut down Malik a little bit, and the Pango now has gotten brought down. And DM is getting that farm. Tukalis likely to go down here. He's got the stick. He's stuck. And it loses creeps.
And as you know, as I do like to look, so I look as well at Satanic in terms of his pub games, like just in lifetime how many Crystal games he's played. Only 35.
Yeah.
So it is not a carry he historically would usually go for, and in those games he's only out at 45% win rate. So one of the lower win rates by far on the carry here is the Satanic, compared to the ones he regularly plays.
He's a super carry. He's like the Morphling, the Voids, he's always, as far as I've seen, because he's pretty young, but yeah, Morphling absolutely his most played that we've seen. 4-4. They're matching in terms of kills, but Paravision having a very, very good start into this game and a very, very fast-paced draft, and being able to get those double wisdoms means that the levels are going to be pretty solid for them. 9 class still again for Laurel.
Getting the Rolling Thunder off.
Nice ice path.
And TP is coming in 9 class. So we'll dodge the Rolling Thunder for now with the snow, but just bring the Storm in with it. They'll will get burst by Malik though. No one has to get away here with the Invis rune. 4 of them chasing him down, and they have any detection laid down. You don't have just break out of the Invis and try and pump them out of the bowl so he can get away with the ball lightning.
Beautiful ice path from Maposhka to stop. He might still get got.
Got 8-1 charges, so can go for one final little zip. That's enough to get him out of the cogs, so no one playing very smartly with the little bit of mana that he has to get out.
Very nice ice path that came up from Maposhka to protect the Pango. If he doesn't get that ice pack connection, the snowball that was going to come out from 9 class would have chain stunned and actually brought him down, so good coverage there from that.
Carlos turning up top of the Hellbent Smashers, ready to start to really put the pressure onto this tier 1 with the help of DM.
And Satanic, though, overall, since he did die first in the top lane, his net worth is still very good. He's just backed up. He's been able to get that farm. So he's got 2 components of the Agnums.
Has to be careful near this tower though, as they'll bring in the rotation. Crystallis, Dragonborn's pop, they want this tower off the map. They're going to get it. Spirit, they're not going to turn up to this at all.
And DM, it has shown that he's going to go for the full vessel. I thought maybe he actually, because he's not finding any kills, he might go for something like the blade mill just in between, but he's just going to go for that vessel. It's such a good game for him.
But he's trying to get onto Lyle. Lyle is going to probably go on cooldown for 10 seconds. He'll try and get away with the smash bucket, but the shards is down. He's out. Just enough mana to play away. Again, just using the mana pool perfectly. He knows his limits perfectly.
He's abusing it, and they're going to dig, give him a water rune as well. 9 class, he's just going to play around no one, it feels like. They have constant kill threat with the good levels that they were able to get from the Tusk from stealing the wisdoms. He's got the punch available so early. Maposhka
just got to be careful how he steps up. No one's clarity at the moment, doesn't quite have enough mana to set up and follow up towards the Ginger hero, but they turn towards the block and step through, trying to disrupt the evolutionary pickup, but no one's able to secure it. He pops it. We get out of this. He's got a little bit of mana to zip away to, and he's off to the safety of Tukalis. They'll lose 9 class in the river, ends the support trade. As no one, he will escape successfully.
And 9 class is okay with that, though. That's 4 deaths for the Tusk, but he keeps giving his life to be able to ensure that no one can get this type of snowball going. 4 galvanized stacks for the Storm. He's able to back up, finish off that stack that he had formed before, too. And he's pretty close to his Kaya already. very good start for the Storm, and they are really shutting down Laurel, putting so much attention onto this Pangolier because he's that one for the mid game. He's their entire team fight. It feels like for the side of Spirit.
Nah, but my way offlane rồi.
If he goes to one of these lanes, puts the pressure on it, it becomes very risky for Spirit to turn up. Because if they start giving up kills, giving up charges to this Vessel rush from DM, the Power Vision snowball, that's when it can really begin.
Yep. Collis is going to have drums soon. They're going to start to put even more onto this mid tower with the catapult. Laurel will be able to clean it off. He's going to lose his creeps. He actually brought them at a weird angle there. Laurel will get a nice cleanup. Means his defusal is going to be almost finished up, actually. 300 gold away from it, and they put a lot of attention onto him. He is still very far behind in this Pango, and he does have a lot of annoying things to deal with when it comes to these auras and when it comes to the Necro with the Ghost Shroud. And the shards, we always have to factor that in. I've seen a lot of different players just control Pangos with shards. But all things considered, not a bad timing for the defusal. And let's see how much Miposhka can actually do as this Jakiro, as he does have the level 6 now too. Let's see if Macropyre actually does anything. Paravision, they want to get this Vessel charge. DM to get involved.
Catch onto Rue, the cogs are there. They want to push on for this, they do. Easily get the clock work.
That's the Vessel charge. Hanging on to the Reaper for one of the big cores.
Pressure onto the mid as well. Maybe the creeps. The hero down on Spirit. It's hard for them to turn up to defend these tier 1s.
And he is going to do the Blade Mail build that we've seen him do pretty much every single time, so no deviation.
And then I guess the questions after that, when you look at this game, do you think DM will feel that he needs to get the Yules or the Lotus for the Dispel, or can he build further auras?
I'm pretty cool with the Shivas for him, actually. I think this game looks really good.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Poke around with this ancient stack for Spirit have good going.
Spirit does not want to give this up.
But fighting into this Necrophos can take a turn for the worst pretty quickly.
Yeah, they've got all the auras too. They've got to call us with the Hand of God. They're gonna secure it with literally all 5 heroes, but that's what it does require. You do not want to lose that for your Bristle. So they will at the least be able to secure that for Satanic, and he does have the Aghanims finished. So for Spirit, overall, if they can play around this Bristle, if they can try to get him some kills with this Aghanims, that's kind of their best opportune timing. But this is where the question's gonna have to be is, can they deal with the Necrophos when he looks to fight? Roll.
With the rolling thunder, but the snowball buys time for 9 class to duke it out a little bit, and now with no one around, Lyle can't push on for the kill against the Tusk.
That's downtime, 80 seconds, there's not going to be a rolling thunder to fight. And they'll likely lose this tower bottom. DM living up for the push.
Him and Ducalis can just go for this slow siege. This is super safe. Nobody wants to turn up and try and push the Necrophos away unless they bring in 3 or 4 heroes.
They're going to bring the Jakiro.
They can do. Dropping the Macropyre. It's a lot of damage. He's caught in the open. There's the heals and the Shroud coming out. He's full HP. And Nordic is coming in from the side. They'll catch Rue. Lay down the side for Pon and Vortex. They'll get the 2 supports. It's just too tough right now. You can try and turn up and push back these pushes that involve DM's Necrophos.
I can't believe they're going to go wrong, especially without a Rolling Thunder. If you're going to set up for these type of plays without Rolling Thunder, it feels like suicide is now they can take away the Wisdom Rune. And to be honest, Malik, I feel like he's kind of lucky that he gets away. I think if immediately DM actually just turns and scythes him earlier, they probably just kill him and the Clockwork as well.
Yeah. I mean, DM's massive. We'll see on the replay again. They try to go on him. He just resets back up to full HP and then buys easily enough time for the rest of Paravision to connect and make Team Spirit really regret trying to hold on to that tier 1 tower.
Up to a 4K lead. They're setting that pace again, what they did last time. No one even gets the pull. During the Timber Chain, does he have the damage to finish him off? Not quite yet.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So Satanic, he's still having that good farm, but the other 2 cores starting to fall massively behind. Same thing for the supports, as they've shown up and died a few times. What's DM? What is he queuing up? Okay, cool. Fine.
He gets the clock, and I mean, if anything's going to kill in this game, it's going to be getting caught in the cogs and getting down with the Jakiro combo.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
So being able to break away from the Jakiro clock combo will definitely give him a crazy amount of survivability. They're going to walk into him now. Can they tackle him?
I don't think that's the target you want to go for.
They're slow him, but they don't try and throw anything else down on him.
Maybe do get the hook shot. That's an easy kill. Get the Laurel. Might be able to the creeps too. Yep, they'll be able to get the majority of them there. Satanic will clean up the last one. Good kill. Laurel has Rolling Thunder as well if they want to look to play around the top side. Reaper and Spirit can actually do a sneak Roche pretty easily with a Bristle plus a Pangolier. But it would have to be pretty unexpected because Paravision, they've been pretty on point with most of their movements here. And really, you're trying to adapt to the game because there's so much healing. He's going to be going down an Erd Vessel route, it looks like, on the clock. It's going to take a long time for him to get it, but he's trying to find an answer for DM as Malik.
He's got to be careful. He's sticking down to the Vessel. DM not quite able to find him with the side. Wouldn't ball by getting low enough to be feeling confident to drop that.
Gets the Arcane Rune.
Develop for Rune instead. He's no one. He knows that Rue's already got it. He's ready to try and combo into more as he goes straight for Lal. Lal has to roll away.
He's
taken out by the snowball.
And he's healing up as well.
Comes on the way over. Yeah, Christmas is going to be fine as DM's in with the heal. He's alive. They're going to Reaper take him out of the Satanic. He's gone low. Trying to TP out, but the damage is done. DM gets the double. Dead.
And they try to go for Chrysalis, but it's Paravision just there to react.
And yeah, they can take the Roshan.
They can. Oh, Spirit. I mean, they tried to go for a pretty risky play there, going for Chrysalis, but 9 Class is there for the bailout, and they've got the heal. The Hand of God comes. This is also the craziest thing. We've been talking so much about, you know, DM playing his Necro, the Storm having this insane. We've been distracted. Crystallis is still insanely farmed as this DK. He's been quietly sitting on the sidelines, level 15. He's likely to get that timing that we've been talking about multiple times with the BKB between that 15-17 minute mark. It's an 8K lead, and it really does feel like they have all the answers for this Bristleback going. He walks in, takes an immense amount of damage to the burst that they have from the magic, and then Reaper just half to 0.
I mean, how close are they to getting something to be able to remove the Vessel from people? That it's just not
very close.
That's not going to come anytime soon, right?
No, he might actually have to go for it himself because the Timber's queuing up pipe. He might actually have to go for like a Lotus, which you usually don't want to see, but he might actually just have to on Satanic. They will snipe a Courier. Miposhka does find the BKB from no one.
He won't mind too much, I guess, because he just will have the Aegis for the next 4 minutes.
And realistically also, as we've been seeing from no one, he's pushing the limits of this hero like crazy on the Storm.
Class. Runs out onto Rue. Lars got the Rolling Thunder at the ready. Up towards them, but DM is so tanky they'll get the Blade Mail off. They're trying to burst through, they can't get him. He runs off, the heal's there. DM, he's fine for now. They want to try and move back in onto him. Comes to an end. They can't close back in on him as no one's made the jump over towards Rue. That's the Aegis gone, but no one doesn't mind as he's going to get his mana pool reset and ready to look for more. They'll lose 9 Class.
Reaper's up. He wants to find one of those big targets.
No one can get Malik. No one is going to be able to have the control to keep Malik in position. He is. They're buyback with the buyback. DM's stepping up. Won't quite find Malik. Malik gets away with the Timber Chain. They just turn to Root. Back straight into this. Dies immediately. As a double kill for Crystallis.
DM's still alive.
I mean, teasing up how low he's getting. It feels like they can find it, but they just can't. They can't touch the Necrophos.
And Satanic even lucky that DM actually force-staffs himself away because he could have just turned in Reapers, but he got a little scared as it's too much, Owen. It's too much for them to deal with. Brew buys back and dies in like, what, 3 hits from the Dragon Knight. Look how much Crystallis was able to do because there's so much distractions. They have to deal with the Storm, they have to deal with the Necro, and Crystallis is just able to run rampant in the team fight because of it. They found another one.
Been found.
You just Reaper this. It's been too much. He wants more stack.
Yeah, get yourself a stack. I mean, you're at the point of the game where the Reaper, it's not even necessary to get the bigger kills, as we're seeing in this team fight, so no need to save it.
And this game plan is beautiful, and it's a treat to see that we're getting a little bit of
a new hero.
Yeah.
And it's good.
It's very good.
This a far cry from kind of the Terrorblade off lane we saw earlier today. You know, sometimes we see new heroes in the off lane. It's all. Sometimes we see new heroes in the off lane. It's fantastic.
Mid-law again getting found. Regen still running. No one. Might even continue. DM is in the area to go for this kill. Malik, he's in trouble.
They're just running them over now.
They're getting destroyed. DM. It looks very good this game. Versus Pango Bristle, we could even see more of this hero. There's definitely a chance of if it gets left into the last pick, when there's like literally no magic damage to deal with him.
It depends on the team big time though, right? Because not every team has a kind of a Necro player. You know, again, DM, he's got nearly 300 games on the hero, so I'd class that as a bit of a specialist.
But I will say though, if people start looking at this and you start seeing the capabilities of it,
they're like, maybe we should start playing this.
Yeah, you're like, wait, Pango.
Practicing.
It's like Pango and Bristle. They're two of the most popular heroes currently in the meta. Even Dragon Knight too. It's massive physical damage, high tanky heroes. That's where Necro can thrive, so maybe DM onto something here. Panic, getting caught again. Vessel's out.
Gonna try for everything in this fight with Titanic. He's just dying to the vessel damage. He's gone.
Still get DM.
Can they get anything more? No one's diving the tier 2. He's going straight from the Posca underneath the tower. Chrysalis is pushing on. They'll kill the Posca off. Still crashes there, but they've got the vortex control, and Chrysalis is cleaning up with the damage. At this point, it doesn't matter if they kill DM. There's so many more problems for them. They're having to use the buybacks. Double buyback coming in from Satanic and Poshka.
He may have pushed a little too far there.
They'll get him. But again,
Buyback from
has to be the
Satanic.
2 buybacks. And indeed, one of them being the big one from the Bristol.
Paravision will take that all day. Sure, you lose 2 of your, I mean, maybe not losing BK necessarily, but you'll take it for the buyback for a Satanic at this point in the game. And Ducalis even denying out the Wisdom Rune with his creeps on the right side there, so they won't even get that jolt of XP. They're just snowballing out of control, and just you can see how strong this group up draft is. Rallied around that Necropost.
And the thing is as well, you know, they do kill DM there, but it was in a situation where a lot of his gold is kind of up in the air because he had a full veil on the courier that died, so that's out of the game. Next time around when the courier respawns, he's pretty much going to have the money, or very close to getting a complete Shiva's Guard added to his repertoire for the next team fight.
And that's devastating. I want to see how big the Shivas gets too, because he's getting kills. You know, he's getting a lot of stuff in these fights, so it gets massive.
Crazy.
And, you know, we have to mention for no one how much he's been pushing the limits as this hero on the Storm. He is owning. He's super farmed. Finds himself another regen rune. Yep. 22 galvanized stacks. I mean, he's 22 minutes in. He's matching the timer.
I see that a lot.
No. And there, yeah.
And we see a lot of Storm.
We do. They're just, it's too much for them to deal with really at this point. The 3 cores, they can kill one. They have to use a buyback if they overcommit for a second, but killing all 3 is just, they do not have the damage. They do not have the answers for it at this point.
And they don't have Satanic on one of his kind of, you know, 1v5 cores. They can kind of farm up and look for a turnaround, come back fight.
No one's doing this on his own.
I mean, indeed, this is when, you know, things are getting really concerning. Team people coming over as well to help finish off the job. 9 class takes the kill. Satanic, he's gone for 70 seconds. He pulled back previously.
No, it's not done.
He's out of the game for good.
He's got a regen. He's going to keep it going. They finish off Malik. They've got the punch. That wasn't enough.
This is the second tip for Chen as well. There's no escape.
This game, it feels done and dusted. No Bristol. 55 seconds. They can go to high ground. 9 class with a big smile on his face.
Paravision. They do this pretty much in all their games in terms of the early game speed, right? These guys crush their lanes, they take over the game. Sometimes they slip up.
You know,
Very rarely, though. This game is just in full force, and there is no sign of the Spirit being able to stop this.
No, there's pretty much 0 mistakes that are coming out from them. And you know what it's kind of reminding me of? The Liquid in the gaming of when they were the ones kind of dictating pace and never letting go of it, where it's like 20 minutes, that death ball's coming in. I've seen this now from Paravision. Yep. So many of their games.
It's good to see. It's just high-octane gaming, and it's not the kind of team that's going to be like, well, Roshan's up in a minute, let's back off. No, they're not going to do any of that. They just go all in.
Yep, they're going to look to get at least a 2 racks advantage off of this one here, as they do still have creeps coming in, but they're going to back up, you know, as they're respawning, at least the Bristol in particular. 18,000 lead. And now they've already got the Silver Edge too. Break. This is...
It's so hard for Satanic to carry against this, if not impossible.
Chrysalis is just so farmed. As we said, there's been a distraction in the entire game because they have to deal with so much from the Storm Spirit, the Tusk, the Necro, as Chrysalis is just a total beast in this game, and the Shivas, it's now done. So even more heal negation, even more answers for this Bristol back in Timber. As soon Ducalis, I wanted to mention him too because I think this is a hero you probably don't want to be giving Paravision a lot of times. His Chen, he is soon to surpass Laurel's. They just play so well around it. Just that death ball kind of push strategy, the auras that they can provide.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the way that Paravision play, the Necrophos. It makes sense to the style.
It fits their style too, yeah.
It does.
It really does.
A little something extra for the effort.
Yep, very true, Pango. A little something extra, getting those bounties, a very little something.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Who's gone?
Dire's top tower has
They probably
fallen.
just keep, I feel like they can just keep going. I
Radiant's
think they can just
bottom
keep
tower
going if they would like to. The Roche,
It's going to move over
can
to the
scout it.
side, so I guess they'll...
but it's a long spawn.
Ah, that's true, actually. Yeah, nearly
Radiant's
2 minutes still.
tower is
So
under
I think you
attack.
check it, and I think maybe you can start
Dire's
poking. Or you go
tower
hunting,
is under
as it looks
attack.
like it's going to be the hunt instead. No one wants to find a target. Won't be able to find it. Nice Spirit. They're all dispersed all over the place. They're trying
TM,
farm.
he can do the solo, can't he? Okay, the
Glimmer.
TP. Gonna have the answer for that one. No detection around.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Top lane pushed in. Oh, Satanic. Well, he pushed forward for another camp. This could be a dangerous position. He knows better. He backs away. Spirit Vessel, so they finally have a solution, a slight. I mean, it's very minor, but some extra damage that they need in this game to be able to deal with the Necrophos and the DK. And oh my goodness, did I just see that?
Yeah, he's ready to start kicking
past
people.
the Ags already? Oh goodness. Well, you weren't able to run from him before. Good luck now. And he can either boot someone in, or he can even just, you know, when Pango tries to roll in, you just kick the Pango away too. It's one of the funnier interactions. He doesn't have cast range though, so will be a little harder to do that versus the Pango. They're smoked for a catch. The creep, it's already positioned inside the Roche pit. For a catch outside before they go for that Roche. Still 5 all. Easy kill. Nice storm damage is so busted with this shard. I mean, we'll keep mentioning the bug, of course. The double damage is coming in, as it really does matter how much no one can do with it too, but he's really pushed the limits with his heroes.
The catch is there, straight away onto the Bristol, takes down, no buyback.
And that's likely the game. They got a buyback on Laurel, but 50 seconds without Satanic. Oh, the Bristle back, by the way. Didn't look like it, but another kickback.
And they're just getting it easy here with 9 blocks. He's got to jump the roll forward here with Laurel. They try and make something happen on this defense, but they're pushing. Krista is laying down the damage. Double kill for him. Roots are full. They can take out the Timber as well. It's a teamwork. It's game over, and it's their series. Paravision. They take it 2-0 today.
And it's style. In their type of style, especially with this Necro pick. It looked good on paper, and it delivered in the game as well, too. DM having a nearly flawless performance on it. 9-1 and 16. And the question comes is, I mean, maybe other people, other teams will...
လူပြောင်းသွားကဲအားလုံးပဲနားယူပါပြီလို့ကျေးဇူးများတင်ပါတယ်ဗျာစီးယူပါနော်အမှားရယ် WhatsApp ဟိုကနေခဏကြည့်လိုက်
Dire's top
ဖိုက်ပါလေးကြည့်လိုက်အမှားဖိုက်ပါအမှား
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Invisibility? Radiant's middle tower has been denied. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Incoming!
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Thanks from above!
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed.
Denied. Puck out.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I'm out.
Dire structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's a twofer.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Here I am. Mine. Behold. Set. Here I am.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Live on.
Get up if you can. You're the chaotic little creature. Behold.
Goddamn humor.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Puck out.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's hard to be this good.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.